Hello everyone, it's Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the latest with me. Nima Akasha Zabiri.
Good morning,
How are you doing? Alaja.
Alaja, tired.
Yes. How's your weekend?
It was a working weekend.
Okay.
And all the parties lined up for this weekend, I did not make one. Everything was cancelled. I just ended up in the kitchen, cleaning the house, and I walked and tired this morning.
But we thought you have represented us.
Did we have that conversation? Because that's how you used to do something. You say, did you delegate me? Because if you had asked me to represent you, they probably have provided car, hotel fees, and all of that. That's how
yes, you don't
exactly.
That's how it's done. So you appoint somebody. So I wanted to say congratulations to one Mr. Abanika Taye from Delta State who won the Motina Teachers Award, Teacher of the Year Award. He got 6.5 million naira.
That's a good prize.
So Motina, thank you.
Yes.
Because finally we are done with the 200,000 naira big concert. We're finally serious with rewarding excellence in education. Yes. Thank you for the
Hello, you look very chic this morning.
Thank you.
Hope you have a meeting with the board members.
I do. Something. Yeah.
You gotta be. You look amazing.
Thank you. I think I'm just finally getting my groove back.
Oh, great.
I've been struggling really, and I think it's coming on the back of just finishing my book and things are just finally looking. I can see the way. I can see the path.
Right.
So now I have time to take some time and paint my lips and wear matching earrings. So yeah, I'm doing good. Over the weekend, I spent time just moving from one interior decorating event to the other. Sales, like people are doing sales of like nice items. So I like to go to these sales, find out what's out there, what are the unique items, buy them, keep them, use them for, other people. So that's how I get
So where do you stop?
You stock up those things, or you just buy them?
there's some things I keep. Yeah, there's some of them that I keep. So that someone says they want, yes. Like I've got some unique clocks.
Yeah.
And those things, when you not need them, you might not get them.
Yeah, so it's good to get them right. How are you doing, Tokwe?
I'm grateful to God. Really, really grateful to God. So I had an interesting weekend. There was a birthday party on Saturday. It was, I don't even know, Jumoke, I didn't know because she's always said, don't call me pastor. Okay. So we tried not to do that, but Mrs. A, and it was a really amazing time. Everybody sharing the impact she's had on their lives. And then this morning, I got a phone call from someone who said she took all those online loans and that they are threatening to blacklist her and all of that, and I should help her financially. And I said, see, you can't call someone you don't know from anywhere to just give you money because you took a loan. That you can't borrow money to repay loan. That you should call me. What do you do? I said, I'm a baker. I said, so you can say, Sister Tokwe, I need to sell 50 cakes to pay back this loan. Can you help me market my cakes so that I can, you must be willing to do something. We must take away this culture of begging. You must be able to write down this pen. I'm owing, I need so amount of money. What do I need to do? How many sales do I need to make? As in, let's just be more creative than just begging. Because I just get messages, you just say, I need help, I have something, give me money.
It's not lying
but it's
around.
even good that you're speaking on it, because a lot of people actually don't know that you can ask for creative help.
Yes.
So they've always known that you just ask for the money and you're giving. But now you're educating people that there are different ways to get help.
Yeah.
And she cut the phone when I was talking about how to they didn't want to hear that part.
I just realized that people don't want to do the hard work. So, for example, BC mentioned the fact that she's giving out scholarships for 80. And people still call me and say, please, that thing BC talked about, I'm interested. No, she already said, go to my page and check it and apply on my page. So it's not by me giving you her name that's going to just give you, it's not going to give you a slot. Go and apply. That's a process. I don't like going through that process. Just put my name and just call me up and I just show up and say, yes, I have collected scholarships.
The Niger way.
Work that way. Work.
How was your weekend?
Not bad. Weekend, yeah, but I think it was effective. I got a lot of things done. So it's final lap. Is this week?
Yes.
So get it out of the way.
Well done.
Let's just get it done.
Do you get it out of the way, actually?
No, but the occasion.
Okay, the
event.
For
me, I just feel that after then, that's when she'll have time to sit with herself.
As well.
Yes.
As well. Let me get emotional.
Yeah.
Please, let me get a break. I got a job to do.
Yeah.
When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
There's no hot water. Okay. Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the punch.
2020.
Amosu Aregbesola lose out party to back governors. That's with the APC parallel congresses. NSCDC threatens operators arrest, list 4 deaths in Ondo, both accidents. Woman flees as man hacks rival lover to death in Ogun. Fleeing Lagos task force officers shoot banker for protesting car damage. Reps suspend FCT IRS recruitment, demand applicants shortlisted candidates list. 750,000 megawatt supply gap, Forex shoots cooking gas above 8,000 naira. And Pandora Papers, EFCC opens probe Obi, Odua, NPA boss and others. Okay, let's start with which story, Mariam?
Okay, let me start with the human interest story. A woman has been arrested, 25-year-old woman. Her name is Bisi Omoni. She was arrested in Ogun State in Yewa South local government. She allegedly hacked her boyfriend and he was rushed to the hospital and he died there. She said that he had promised to stay with her or spend the night with her and he didn't come. And I don't know how she heard that he was in someone else's place, another of his friends. She went there and she demanded to see him, and when she was able to force herself through the ladies' room, she saw him in a position she did not think, that seemed suspicious to her, and they got into a fight with the other lady, and then she saw a cutlass in the room, and she hacked him, and he was rushed to the hospital. She fled the scene, but thankfully she has been arrested, and the man that she allegedly did this to he's a 50-year-old man called Akinyemi Alani. So this happened on Friday. This is truly sad. I mean, that a lover's quarrel or whatever disagreement, that we think that this is the best way to handle it. I wish there was someone to have stepped in and just stopped her from taking this decision, because this is the rest of her life gone, and she has killed someone else too.
Well, let's take NCDC. So the NCDC commandant in Ondo State, Mr. Dr. Hamid Aboduri, is, threatening to seize operators' license. Those are water transport operators, saying that they are careless, lackadaisical, attitude on water have cost people's lives. In a recent accident, 4 people lost their lives and 90 people were injured. And he's just, saying that they are overspeeding on the water, their refusal to use life jackets and all of that have continued to cost people's lives. So they're going to have to take stringent measures to curb the activities.
So cooking gas has increased. I mean, I remember that this year, 2021, I paid 3,500 at some point in January for cooking gas, and gradually from 4,500, gradually. Now we're being told in the papers that it's 8,000 naira. Why? Because Nigeria produces, we actually only have the capacity to produce 450,000 metric tons. But what we consume is about 1.2 million metric tons. So there's a 750,000 gap, which has to be imported. And because the dollars are going, Forex, the issues that we have right now where dollar is expensive, it's going to cause the increase of liquefied gas.
We're being told to discuss it, and I said we've already discussed it, but I don't know what to discuss it again.
Like input terms, rather than solve our problem of distribution and getting our own gas, because it said the storage from the marketers, we'll just continue to import it. We import what we have.
So we have ours, but we don't even have the capacity.
It's the capacity. We can do something about that.
To even store what we have.
Yes.
And then the ones that they bring in. I mean, it's just...
So we don't want to do anything about our capacity to store and make sure that it gets to people, but we let them just deal with their chip of 8,000 naira for a 12.5 kg now.
Wow.
Okay, there's one more story.
I want to take the story of FCT IRS. So the Federal Capital Territory Internal Revenue Service was supposed to start recruiting process. They got a waiver from the Committee on Federal Character within the National Assembly to waive the public announcement, but they still got a lot of application, about 38,000. Now the lawmakers have said they should pause the recruitment and send the details or all the shortlisted, the 600, they have an issue with the 600 staff recently recruited, and they've ordered the suspension of all those staff to verify if the FCT IRS complied with the federal character in the recruitment process, in that there should be equal representation across the nation in FCT IRS. And so we're waiting to see how they implement that, or how they create the compliance within the people that have already gotten their jobs, and now that job might be threatened because they did not comply before their employment.
There's one more story in the Punch.
Okay.
Yes, a branch manager of Wema Bank, Bamidele Ajola, was shot in the hand by personnel of Lagos State Environmental and Special Offences Enforcement Unit Task Force. So that was my first question, that they have guns. So he said that on this particular day around Oshodi, you know, of course he was upset, rightfully so, and the bus driver said, see, I lost control of my bus. It was these boys on the street that were dragging the bus with me, and I lost control and ran into you. So he held on to the man and said, I must take you to the police station for what you've done to my car, because it's really bad. The task force now came and asked what happened. He explained to them and said he should not worry. They will handle it. They put him in a bus and they were leaving. And so he felt, oh, you people are trying to escape with him. He took his car and tried to stop them. They got down. He said they slapped him, punched him, and then started, because now a mob started gathering, to disperse the mob. They started shooting in the air, and then it caught him in his hand. That's the story.
So I guess some task force do have guns.
I didn't know that they had guns.
Moving on to The Point. 20 billion naira bailout fund, inside story of the EFCC's Volte and Face, the Sterling Bank connection, and ask EFCC where it found its missing money, says Kogi governor. PIA to cut Federation account inflow by 341 billion naira next year. Dirty politics, insecurity threatening Anambra gubernatorial poll. Man arrested over alleged rape of lover's 3-year-old daughter. Okay, let's start with the human interest. Who was that story?
Nima.
Okay. Sorry,
Let me take the PIA. So we all were happy that we're moving forward with the Petroleum Industry Act, but the impact is going to be a major slash on the revenue coming to the country by 341 billion naira. Now, January to July, there isn't any, it won't take effect until middle of next year. But once it takes effect, there will be drop in our cash flow from our the upstream projects that that are federally funded, where we used to get a specific amount of money. There will be drop in that. The Federation oil and gas revenue projection also will decline, and that would happen up until from then onward. So while a few weeks back they passed the medium-term framework, let me get that right. Medium-term expenditure framework covering 2022 to 2024. They would have to suspend that implementation because they'll be from the middle of next year. Because from January to June, the PIA is not taking account of the drop in funds. But from July to December, there will be drop in our funds, and they would have to adjust.
Yeah. So this unbundling obviously means that the NNPC will be like a registered company to pay dividends, and this is all part of the revenue that will be losing.
The human interest story, some people have resorted to jungle justice. According to them, this Mr. Kasali Agbeleye was caught defiling his lover's 3-year-old daughter. But two sides to the story is good. He's a menial worker. He, according to the story, was caught in an erotic sexual act with the toddler on September 25 at an event. But he said no, that the toddler just approached him for water, and he went to get the bottled water, and then he just saw people beating him up. And I think that the mother of the child has framed him up because she had asked him for 1,000 naira that he failed to give her, and that she just thought they were beating him up. The matter is within at the magistrate's court, and I'm hoping that they can prove something. Because that the person is in an erotic sexual doesn't really prove anything, but that, he was properly beaten. Without anybody investigating anything, nobody having a basis for it. Mob action.
We have to go on a break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B all-round protection. It's great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy Eastplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Welcome back. We're going to move on now to Vanguard. Congress's APC PDP crippled by crisis. Set up drag Buhari to court over plan to monitor WhatsApp calls and messages. NPAN gives media houses November 1st deadline to empanel internal ombudsman mechanism. Oshodi Apapa Expressway, Lagos government NPA trade tackles over gridlock. Drugs distribution, PCN disciplinary panel begins trial of pharmacists. How 16 generals were eased out of service despite Malami's interventions. And Anambra is not Imo, says Soludo Ume tells Riggers. US confirms Boko Haram bandits working together to blackmail the Buhari's regime, and UK advises citizens against traveling to 12 Nigerian states. Okay, which story are we starting with?
So, Serap has taken federal government to court following that 4.8 billion naira appropriation for monitoring calls and messages that the federal government is proposing for WhatsApp calls. They've sued them, and the suit is presently in court, although they've not assigned a court for it yet. But we're grateful that somebody is asking government so that we have clarity. Serap is saying, declare it illegal. Let government not even have such intention.
As in,
why do government want to monitor
WhatsApp calling amongst all the most important things that we should deal with?
Yes.
WhatsApp
calls and messages is also a medium for spreading some of the incitement that we suffered in the past years. But then, how do you want to do it? Is it total lack of
it's not yet a hot topic. Let's begin that story. Yes.
Yeah, so the Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria, they've begun a trial of 3 pharmacists, and it's for falling short of the conduct and ethics of the pharmacy profession. So these representatives of drug manufacturing companies collected drugs, sold them, and allegedly refused to remit these monies back to the companies. And so the council has set up a disciplinary committee. They're going to investigate it, and if they are found to be guilty of fraud or anything, they will be properly disciplined. And also sending out a warning to all the people, to all the pharmacists, that going forward, this is how things will be dealt with. And that's good, but also shameful, really, that people, there's a way you look at professionals, especially of a certain type of sector, that they carry themselves in, with integrity, and to have that Nigerians are involved in things like that is so sad. And I'm happy that the council is taking the steps that it needs to curb this quickly.
People would always abuse. It is about how you deal with it that will prevent it. So, Papa Oshodi Expressway is in the news again for negatively. This time they said the current crisis was based on the decision by NPA to shut out truckers from gaining access to any part of the port. Now, the situation was compounded because between the NURTW and the RTEAN, there was a clash, causing the death of 3 people. There's allegation that a soldier was killed, and about 100 suspects were taken into the army barracks. Now we don't know how they were going to resolve that part, but many vehicles were destroyed. It was a violent clash, and as it is right now, the entire gridlock has extended all the way to Second Rainbow, people parking indiscriminately all around. Can we just find a decisive solution to this thing? Because even they mentioned that the LASMA official set up by the governor spoke to Vanguard and that they couldn't find a solution to it. People are collecting bribes. It's human beings.
There's never been as at the time of the...
We said it now, we the people.
It was better this morning.
We the people.
It was much better this morning. At least the exit, the ramp into Badagry Expressway from Apapa Oshodi Expressway up to that was clear this morning.
Okay, so I have the story on the newspaper proprietors of Association of Nigeria. Okay. So what they said is that by November 1, they're going to ask media organizations. Now, I'm not sure if this is only the print media or the TV or electronic and all that, but they're saying that all media organizations must enlist an ombudsman mechanism. Now, what that is an ombudsman is a government official who's been appointed within an organization to monitor and ensure that the tenets of journalism are adhered to. So they're saying that we have November 1, and where they're going to ensure that all media houses have an ombudsman who's to ensure that the news organizations keeps to the canons of journalism practice and the code of ethics to mediate on conflicts stemming from internal and external pressures. So obviously, many media agencies are having issues with how they are saying the news and all. So they're saying that how news is being reported. Others are saying that they need to be properly regulated to ensure.
I'm worried about, and I think many people are worried about it because who is going to checkmate the ombudsman? We know the way governments are, that there's some stories you cannot take, and they've told us in some papers, in some reports, that we should stop taking these stories. So essentially, they can easily censor the media, and we will not be able to say anything.
But they're saying that the ombudsman will be sure that they protect the rights of the citizens also. So, well, we don't know how that person, well, it's because the government official, we don't know. But their job is to protect the rights of the citizens in the media houses. Well, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it plays out in real life.
Okay, let's move take another story in Vanguard. We're done. Who has a drug story? PCN disciplinary panel trials pharmacist.
Oh, yeah. That's the story she took.
Nigerian Tribune. Masterminds of parallel APC congresses. I see that you guys not take politics story. Yeah, not interested. Okay, no problem.
What happened to you?
I was wondering. Okay, no payments made to bandits in exchange of weapons in Katsina.
Yeah.
Serap Sues Buhari, we talked about that already, over the WhatsApp messages. Police investigate 7 officers for extorting 25,000 naira from passenger in Kogi. Fuel subsidy hit 816 billion naira in 7 months. How to salvage Nigeria's economy? Struggling economy, says Akbakoba. Naira, to float or not to float? And special reports, winners, losers as 32 states get more VAT share than they generate, says report.
Okay. Nigerian Air Force is saying that the story that we had heard, I think over the weekend, this story went around that there was a 20 million naira that was paid to bandits to retrieve an important weapon that could cause or risk the life of the president. And the government had to pay them this money to retrieve that. But the Nigerian Air Force is saying, first of all, they're speaking to the Director of Public Relations and Information. They said the report had alleged that the payment was made by Nigerian Air Force High Command to retrieve the anti-aircraft gun for fear it might be used against aircraft operating within Katsina axis. It should therefore be taken as fake news and disregarded. It says usually they would not respond to things like this, but it's important to set the record straight, and that Nigerian Air Force is making an unflinching commitment to the fight against this banditry and insurgency, and it would not in any situation be paying bandits money for something like that. So they are on top of what they need to be on top of, and this story is fake, simple and short.
Okay.
But the reports, according to other sources, was from Wall Street. The Wall Street Journal released that report that money was paid. I think they should take it more seriously.
Okay, which other stories?
The police extortion. So the video that was trending over the weekend of a policeman, slapping in a very serious way a young man in the video has, been said to happen on the Adogo Okene Road. On that video, he not only slapped that man, he extorted 25,000 naira from another traveler, and the police commissioner for Kogi State has ordered an investigation, according to the spokesperson of that police command.
There's a story about how 16 generals were eased out of the army. So, despite the several interventions, this happened in June 9, 2016. That there was no cogent reason for them being sacked. About 38 army officials were compulsorily retired. Now, after that time, there were many interventions from the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice to seek, and there were even court injunctions saying that they should be reinstated, but they never were reinstated. A statement was released that they were found, the army officials were compulsorily retired, that they had been investigated and found professionally corrupt in defense procurement / election related offenses in 2015 general elections. That's why they were fired. But they were not informed, they were not court-martialed. They had no idea that they were even going to be retired until they heard it in the media. So they've been trying to see how they would get back into their position, but it was never resolved, and now the time has elapsed for it to be resolved. So the question, why it's coming in now, is because the time for 16 generals has elapsed, and there was no clear investigation on why these people were retired from the military. We know that the military handles the Nigeria's biggest problem right now is, apart from the economy, is security, and so we need to have things clean done within the military in such a way that people within there that are even tempted to do something wrong will know that we might be. So if this person is being fired for corruption, then let it be clear, let them be commercial, let them be sentenced to whatever it is that should be done adequately, should be done in a way that there's no controversy around. Yes, transparently as well.
So the special report on VAT, this report I'd love to take, because if anybody reads it, it makes it not ethnic. It's not the South against the North. It's about state generation. According to that report, we can also continue to talk about how much generated. For the month of July, Rivers State generated 15 billion, but they got 4.7 billion. Lagos State generated 46 billion and then got 9 billion. But some other states, and not only northern states, according to like what people are spreading, states like Kogi, Ekiti, are states that are not even able to generate what they got. They got like maybe generate about 6 billion and then get 22 billion. Ekiti got generated 6.6 billion, got 19.7 billion.
Which is more than...
Yes, much more than. Enugu generated 5 billion, but got 20 billion. Lagos State, I'm talking about within the period of January to August in the reports in that Tribune report.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. Kogi, for instance, generated 3.2 billion between January and August, but they got 22.1 billion.
He's a monkey.
More than
they
but
there must be a reason why they are doing that. Maybe they are making this payments based on their needs now.
Or population.
What they need. No, what those states need.
There are other factors, yes. There are several factors.
They may be unable to generate, but they have more needs than, let's say, Lagos State or a River State.
No, they don't have more needs. They actually... It's
based on
local government, population and all of that.
Yeah.
But I think there are other factors that include some states are farming states. So because of course you don't tax agriculture. So they need to compensate for that.
We have to run. The Guardian, which is our final part, Ghost of NSAS, haunts federal government's policies on power and petrol subsidies. Anglican Bishop backed Southern governors, one against open grazing, says it to cause food shortages. Okay. We have to run. That's all we can take. You guys know Big Guardian. Okay, it's all good.
We just wanted to be careful on the...
All right, let's go on a break. When we come back, we discuss the hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàdù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ yìí.
ó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
torí kí ni.
àkọyẹ kọ́ mọ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́rẹ̀ kí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is best, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the VCR? All tape in place? VCR check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Thanks for staying with us. So the United Nations have ranked Nigeria as the lowest in the world in the areas of allocating elective and leadership positions to women. So our conversation and our question today is it time for a female president, especially because there is this uncertainty about what's going to happen 2023. Some are asking for deregulation. Some are saying we need a restructuring. Some are saying it is time for us to put aside the big two parties and look for an alternative. Others are saying that maybe it's time for us to even consider a woman, because we've seen other countries who have elected women as presidents thrive in the economy, in the international relations, and other sectors. So we're asking today, do we Nigerians think we should start thinking about a female representative, a female leader for this country? What are your thoughts? You can call us on the numbers available, 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also send us messages on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be happy to read your messages. So, I don't know who would like to go first. I don't want to always use the gender card, but we will be biased today because we're talking gender. So it's like, okay, what are those attributes a woman may have that a man will not have that we think we need Nigeria today? Or do you think it's not just quite the time?
So, so I don't believe that there's anything biased in that question. There's no bias in that question. The entire world has almost a equal share in terms of population of male and female. And in Nigeria, it's almost around that same percentage where we have 50-50, almost around 50-50% of male and female. And so far, since our independence and our creation as a nation, since when we were brought together, it's always been, our affairs have been managed by men. And we've seen how things have gone. It is insanity to keep trying the same thing over and over again and not even consider the option of, can we try something else? Because how long do we want to continue with this option? Also, in the past 10 years, there's been a positive track record of successful female-led administrations around the world. So I think that this is a conversation worth having and the beclouding of bias should not even come into it at all. It should be based on merits and can we have a woman bring better management structure into what is going on in Nigeria? It is possible. So do we have women that qualify? Of course. Are they willing to contest? I am sure. But the landscape has not given them any chance at all so far.
Let me hear initial thoughts. Yeah.
The analysis by the UN representative for women is extremely, very, very correct. But the fact is that Nigerian politics, the way it is, for someone who thinks about it every time, I don't think it will favor any right-thinking woman with integrity. You come in, you have parties and other people playing at or against your government. We've had instances where every administration comes and says that the crisis that they are going through is by opposition. That cannot be without an iota of truth. You have people, until the Nigerian people want to change their ways, their situation, so they change their ways. When people can call out evil for what it is and call out accept truth for what it is, we will continue to do this. Whenever you're in the circle of politics and you run and you do psychophancy around whoever is in office so that you get favors, you create situation in regions so that your region is the focus of the news. This is how we continue to be. So no matter how, this is not for lack of such women. Already we have one sitting at the World Trade Center organization heading it. So this is not for lack of such women. Even though Nigerians would like to say, women in leadership in the past are facing criminal trials that we cannot even fathom how much they siphon. But we've had women who had integrity go through offices, do excellently well. And it's not for lack of that. It's just the Nigerian way of thinking and doing things.
The current system.
Let me come to you, Mara. Your initial thoughts on this.
I think also culturally there have been things that have stopped women from pushing. When you hear our stories, there've always been women in the background, pushing, fighting, and putting a man on the platform, We are the foot soldiers running around. They understand that we have the numbers. They, find women leaders to gather us together and chant all sorts of political whatever.
We know all the songs.
Where should I be?
Yes, where should I be? We talk to people. We're the ones that are in the homes. We are the grassroots.
Yes.
Do you understand? But culturally also, we Nigerian women have always said that the man should be a leader. The man is the one that can lead. And sometimes you say a woman will go into a place. She doesn't get the respect that a man just walking into the place. This is a woman, well-qualified woman, will not get the respect that a man just walking into the space will get. But recently, definitely, there's been a change in mindset, in our mindset, especially as we see in the private organizations where women are doing so well. They're flying the colors of whatever positions it is that they've carried. And they're doing this. We have 10 years, 20 years on them, 25 years on them. And I feel that we can now take that same energy and move it into politics, into elective offices. It's important that women occupy these spaces, especially now that more women are getting educated, getting more exposed. There's a boldness. We now understand that we can do it. And now we're even having the conversation that I can even do it better than you. Women have some natural skills. We can't not take that away from them. The organization, and the fact that I talked about being grassroots, being household, understanding how it runs, understanding where it pinches, I think it will do our country a lot of good. But firstly, women also need to understand we can start in this small place. I want us to be almost in every level of government. So that presidential one will be just so easy to walk into.
Right.
Yes.
Let me go on a quick break because I want us to expand this conversation to see what are those specific attributes women do have that I think might actually become crucial if we're going to move Nigeria forward. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
The makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that all you're gonna say?
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing women. Should we begin to think about women leaders for Nigeria, especially as the helmsman for presidency? I have a caller, Professor Odejaye from LASU. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Yeah, Odewumi, I'm here.
Okay, you're live. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. First of all, you were not around when I came to the studio.
Yes.
I sympathize with you on the loss of your mom.
Thank you, sir.
May the good Lord wake her up into joyful activity.
Amen.
On the topic today, there is one word. It is affirmative action. It's not what you will say. It is what you will do. Every country like Rwanda, like Namibia, like South Africa that has attained 50 to 60% women participation is by affirmation. There must be a rule if you really want to get it right and get it fast. If you go by the present situation, we will never get there in our lifetime. There must be a law that says every position, at least let's start with minimum of 10 to 20%. And the women should organize because they are the wife of Mr. President, wife of Mr. Governor, wife of the Senate, wife of the entire rep. Let women organize for heaven's sake and push it on their husband. Let's start with 10%. See what Rwanda has become. Rwanda has become the best country in Africa now because women are more than about 50%. And you ask the question, what are the special qualities of women? I'm not saying this, I could defend any of the points. Let me tell you, women have natural sense of care. Nature prepared them for that. Women have tact because they know when to get something, how to get it without ruffling feathers. Women have sense of sacrifice. They can die for their kids. They can die. So it's a natural instinct to them. And women have subterfuge. They can change color a bit for a purpose. So these are natural instincts that are not available to men. And in the world of development today, we normally say that the more diverse your management, your leadership is, even diversity in age, diversity in tribe, in the university we are now saying you can't be a world-class university until you have other students from elsewhere, other lecturers from elsewhere. You cannot just having academic incest. First degree, second degree, all your students are the same that you are turning out, and the lecturers are the same. So that is my point.
Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I mean,
did you hear all that?
Yeah.
All the things that we can do. We're superheroes.
So I mean, even in my own role as a leader, you know, I've had to let go of friends where you have to have that hard face where I'm giving friends query. You're my friend. I will party with you. I'll talk to you, but I'll give you a query.
I've got a query.
So, but we will still gist afterwards because I can switch.
Yeah.
So a lot of men don't have that capacity because you're my boy now. I had that thing. I shouldn't have done that thing. That contract. You should have. Please now, there's a way you now do it where your boy gets.
And if they don't send you, they don't send you, and they will just...
You're not that boy, you're not that boy. But a woman can still be your girl, but I'll still have to bring the stick on you if I have to. So those are some of those attributes I'm talking about, that we have it naturally.
So I wanted to quote...
come to you, Nima. Yes.
I wanted to quote Oloye Akealabi, a House of Rep member, that he posted this a few days back. He said, if you are looking for strong allies in politics, choose women. And it buttresses what Mariam said earlier, and it is something that we must not overlook. Women are the bedrock of Nigerian politics. They've always been, and they would always be. Nobody wins elections in this country without talking to the women. The market women, the associations, they are the women that canvass and bring the votes. They are the ones that do all of that. And so I like what our professor said. It is in our action. We mustn't just, we've been saying these things subtle. And I love what Elect Her is doing. I've been a huge fan of the works that is going on that platform, which is to provide support for women to contest. If you cannot have it if you don't think it is possible. And one of the biggest things they've done to us in Nigeria, and that's how they change, they lock you up, is by making you think it is not possible. So everybody sits and think it is not possible. Most people you talk to, they'll believe, I want to, but that place is so dirty. They're not serious. They will compromise my value and all of that. But as long as you think that way, you will not aspire for it, and they have already won, because you continue to think you can just support from behind. It is not enough.
So there's, when Maria asked earlier, that what should women start to look out for? What attributes should they start to learn? I wanted to jump on it, because there's no attribute that the women that you, or the last caller mentioned, or people, that any person, gender-wise, cannot have. There's a peculiarity to this country called Nigeria. You have to be able to set your own standards and live by that standards. Failure to do that, you'll be found answerable or questionable to anything that you have compromised for. Anybody can compromise. And that's why we're here. Every Nigerian, when it comes to their turn, wants it better. Just be nicer, lenient, And anybody can play into that gallery. You can be a politician and say, okay, let me just let go this one and make this one.
Yes.
Maybe be diplomatic, and then he comes back at you, because Nigerians will use whatever. So you have to have women, and we know women already in management are doing amazingly. Women in politics are still struggling and playing politics the way it is being played. So we have to set a standard for how we want politics to be played.
But let me take Hassan. Hassan, are you there? It's been holding for a while.
Good morning, Morales.
Good morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, the panel members. Let's be very, very frank with ourselves. Women have been in charge right from the Babangida era. The only break we have is this very Buhari's regime. Women have been in charge. Most of the policies we see were taken in the bedrooms. The president will come and implement it in the morning. We knew. So if that issue of the woman trying to be in charge now, they have already been in charge. Even those when you are looking, the professor is looking at books. It reminds me of the last, when he said, "Teacher, don't teach me nonsense." When you look at books, use your sense. That professor is looking at books. It's not looking at the reality on the ground. Women have been in charge right from Babangida. We knew. So all this issue of youth rep, put the Okonjo-Iweala, what have you. This is the same Okonjo-Iweala was the same woman. They have brought Maida. They have put the pension fund. The same woman that mismanaged the economy during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. So what are we talking about?
All right. Thank you, Hassan, for your view.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I would like us to address some of the things that women are being told to sort of stop them from pushing forward. You see, this women don't support women thing. I think it's being used to weaken us and, make us feel like we're not strong enough, or we're not united enough to push for what we want. Men too do not, if we're talking about not supporting, men too do not support men. Because when a man comes out to run for office, other men come out against him or with him, you know, to compete. But when a woman does that, they'll be like, oh, your own fellow woman is coming and you people are... Because women should not just be seen as one person. So a woman's seat is not just one seat. We can have various seats and we can compete for those seats. Another woman coming out is not saying, I'm not supporting you. He's saying, I feel I have something as well that I can give. And if the Nigerian people can choose amongst 5 of us or 10 of us, you know, that's fair. That is... that's healthier. One thing I've always said I don't like is for them to give us a ticket or give us a seat. And so what happens is when you give us that seat, then we are now forever grateful to you. So that it comes to a point where you are promised a seat and then all of a sudden a nephew of the party chairman or someone comes from nowhere and they say, please, auntie, just shift. But you cannot stand up for your right because, first of all, you feel grateful that they had given you that. You don't feel that you deserved it. So women need to understand that it's okay to come out and compete with each other. It's healthy, and then it allows people to be able to choose among so many of us. And there's another thing where they always tell us, oh, it's night meetings. Women don't go for night meetings. But when they call us to campaign and galvanize, it's during the day. That's where our power is. And then because we know that we have that power, then we can determine also the time that we will have those meetings. If they don't have those meetings at the time that we can participate, then maybe they do not want our participation. We need to understand how important we are in every party and in getting every elective office.
All right, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take more tweets and calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Minister for Enjoyment.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of...
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing women leadership, and I think Hassan had called earlier talking about the fact that we're already in power now. Are we not influencing the men that are in power?
He added that except this...
except that Aisha Buhari, this administration, where we know that she's not influencing the president. But do you agree?
So I totally don't agree. I don't believe that the subtle influence, the subtle, we are behind the scene is not what we need. Because what we have realized is that unless you are the person, you are the king, you are the president, there are some decisions, no matter how you canvass, as a minister, you cannot make it happen. Even governors are like, we are not the president, we cannot make this happen. It is being in power. If you can be around power, until you are in power, you don't have power. So I think that we should stop coloring it and making it look like women are already influencing. There is no way the law would favor a woman in this country. When you have 7 people among 109, like I don't understand. How can the senator, our Senate is 109 representing this population and only 7 are women. And among over 300, we have 22 women. It is definitely skewed in a way that does not favor us. And we need to speak, to ask. People need to support.
Imagine Patience Jonathan was our president. Yes.
You will not like her, but she will do what
I think she'll be aggressive. But she's the kind. I'm talking about who do we know that is aggressive enough for this Nigeria? Because Nigeria doesn't need a lackadaisical leadership. We need somebody who can take the bull by the horn.
No, we do. We do need the British.
I know it's not just that British aggression that we need.
But you can now get the other supporting.
She's had properties forfeited. I still maintain that, like the present Minister for Finance, I have a problem. And budget and planning, I have a problem with. I think that she's not assertive enough about certain policies. You can't just be comfortable when the whole world, you have economists like yourself complain about a method of finding funds. You can't be borrow.
And I've heard her speak. I know she's extremely cerebral.
So you insist on other methods. You can reach an agreement, and for every of those agreements of loan that you get, ensure that it is providing employment for your people. At least do something that gives. That's how women are. If you had an Okonjo, well, I'm not comparing loosely now. You're able to someone who would listen to other people saying we are too much in debt. A report this morning on the Tribune says that every Nigerian is now owing. Based on our total loan, 157,000 we are owing. Money that I did not use. Do you understand?
Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there?
The appointments.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're live.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is my first time calling.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I have been watching your show, and I want to really say sorry for your loss. I feel for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now, coming to your issue, what you are discussing about, it's a very nice topic. When I finished from a polytechnic where a lady was in charge of the affair, and she did extremely well, talking about Federal Poly Nekede, talking of Dr. Njoku, she really reformed the school, and many people, when they come back, they cannot even remember the school at the first place. Ladies are equally good in management. But please, don't forget, there are sometimes some ladies can be very cruel. And that is what many men are afraid of. You take a good look like a state like Taraba. This woman, Ma Taraba, I can't remember, former minister of women affairs. So they refuse to give that woman a chance to rule that state. She's good, really, but from the way I had it, that they told her that a woman cannot rule that state. I don't know how true it is. So, coming again, Nigeria is not really as bad as what people think. Maybe we are not, we don't take, women don't represent. Look at Afghanistan, for an instance.
Why do we have to compare ourselves?
Thank you very much, Stephen. So I think, I mean, so we're just trying to have a wishful thinking conversation. It would be nice for us to consider a female president because, as you said, until you have the power, really, there's no power.
That's why I was jumping on. Sorry, Miriam, on what Tokwe said. Even the one that comes by appointment, make sure that you do your
what
very best.
What can you do? You're subject to your boss.
No,
you're subject to your boss.
This is it. You're advising your boss. You have seen the possible ways and other methods of doing things as against what your boss is insisting on. You've told your boss he did not hear. You resign. You publish the solutions.
Yes.
So the world, we sell ourselves. I resign. I'm no longer doing. I publish. These are the solutions I gave my boss. Another administration will sit, or people will then use that opportunity to sell yourself. People will then see the kind of thinking that you are capable of, and then give you the.
If you're a patron,
you will not
step want to leave because you know what can I do to fix the health?
And then you continue with the same system.
I don't agree with that point of view at all. I agree that I think Nigerians do not understand how powerful a resignation for the right cause can be. For you, for your integrity, and for whatever career you have right in front of you. It's saying that I have principles, and I'm abiding by my principles. And if, for any reason, I feel that it is being, what's the word now? Compromise. I would not be a part of it. You need to be able to stand for yourself, whether it pays you or not at the time. Because of, posterity, we need to, for me, I also don't think that it's like a brutish woman that we need for president. I do feel that a woman president would go a long way. But what we need a woman who is very well educated, well exposed, who's worked in different administrations or, maybe with international organizations. We need someone who already has built a network of professionals, of intelligent people and has worked with these people over time. Because one man can do it. Because you need that sort of support when you come into power. And then, for me, I feel that is the sort of person that will take us out of the situation that we're in now. Someone who understands what we need, understands where we are right now economically, security-wise, and is willing to put in the work and make the sacrifices.
I don't agree, but it's a good point. I don't agree because I feel that we forget that the huge population of our country is very poor. And we need people that can actually connect with the people. These nice, polished, well-exposed are your 1%, which is good for someone like you, because that person will lead you well. But we need somebody who will lead the market to market and say, you know what, this woman is here to help me lift me out of poverty.
I'm talking of the president. I'm talking of one person. But I'm not saying that everybody else around her has to be that. Has to be exactly the way that she is. She is the president. She is the one that can see the whole picture. She understands the economics that needs to take us out of it. She understands the numbers. She understands the funding. She understands the relationship, the foreign relations that we need to forge to get the support of international organizations. A woman who is uneducated, who doesn't really have that exposure, may not be able to do that. But to galvanize people, she would need to have a lot of people.
So I didn't say uneducated, but I do think that when you listen to them at the National Assembly, you know the kind of people that we have. If you understand the kind of the mixture of Nigerians that we have in that national, that tells you already the kind of leader you need.
Please, let me quickly talk to what Nima said about people. And I've sat on this side where I feel if the place is uncomfortable, resign and step out. And I've spoken to people in power and I've realized that resignation might be like the chicken way out. Sometimes you will sit down in the most uncomfortable place because if you live there, you are denying the opportunity to influence in the most subtle way. So there are people that are currently in this administration that they totally disagree with the way this country is going. And everybody's looking at them like, leave. But they look at it that if I leave, the person that will come here will be worse than me. So I must sit and I must fight in the most subtle way. It's a sacrifice on their own part. Even for the fact that their own integrity is being compromised, but they know that if they leave that seat, they are losing the opportunity to influence. So it's better for you to sit inside than for you to be talking from outside and say what they're doing is wrong. When you're inside, you can push. And I know it will not always agree. Some people will feel they should step out, but those that are sitting in, let's not judge them as that they are sold out.
So this is not judging. So I'll just quickly make an example of when subsidy removal was proposed by then Minister for Finance, Okonjo-Iweala. The whole country didn't agree. But she saw that vision and she understand that this is not a woman that like all the big things.
Exactly.
She stood her ground. They compromised, went back to the table, and then they had these conferences held at long regions where she was selling the idea. Today, what are we asking for? Remove it already. So, see, people, you must have standards. I'd like to hear the present appointee of the president on that same seat. Do something extremely tough and tell us why we're still borrowing. Don't just tell us
we have to wrap up on this.
Tell us how we will
That's all we can take on this segment. But I think, obviously, the conversations are out there and there are different sides of the argument, which everything is very credible. Both sides of the arguments are quite credible. So I think we have to just see the best case for Nigeria. But either way, what we're saying in essence is that we must and begin to consider women for top position. And that's a sure way for us to see real changes, because you can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. Let's try a woman, I beg. Let's go on a break. We'll come back and move on to other hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the archer meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your...
Thanks for staying with us. So, moving on to another topic. A story that caught our attention. So, the story of a police officer is about police brutality. I think it happened in Kogi. Nima, give us a summary of what happened, and then we'll take it from there.
Police personnel attached to the Adogo division on patrol duty on the Adogo Kene Road reportedly extorted 25,000 naira from a passenger and also brutally assaulted a young man on the same bus. And this video trended because, fortunately, on the team, one of the officers, all the others didn't have their name, but this particular one had his name and the video carried it. So now the IG has acted.
I know Frank Mba has given a press statement on this, saying that it's been investigated. But it was important for us to discuss it because obviously the anniversary of NSAS is on Wednesday, and the issue of police brutality is still front burner, and it's something that we continue to talk about. So this man saw a laptop, assumed automatically that you're that Yahoo, and he's like, I'm a student, I use it for my assignment, and he refused to listen to the police officer, and then walked the young man to the ATM to withdraw 25,000 naira. So that in itself, obviously, is a crime. So the point is that who is now checking the police? Who is ensuring that all the demands that were made last year are met? Who is ensuring that the police officers are being checked? So I'm happy that they are investigating this one. But who knows about the ones that are happening tomorrow, that happened yesterday? We don't know about these things. Not everything that gets to the papers. So what are your thoughts on this issue of police brutality?
I think when we talk about... I wish when we talk about this topic, we're talking about improvements that we have seen. But the truth is that we can't. We're not there yet. It's as if the Nigerian police is not prepared or is not ready to do the work that it needs to do to better carry out its responsibilities. So nobody is asking that the police be phased out or cancelled. We're saying that there has to be a better way for you to enforce the law. There has to be a better way for you in order to protect the innocent, to catch criminal whilst protecting the innocent. We cannot have you going on the streets and just packing up everyone and brutalizing everyone in the name of trying to enforce the law. It does not make sense where in your cause of catching a criminal or doing your job, you arrest, you brutalize, you lock up, you falsely accuse, sometimes shoot, maim, murder innocent victims. It does not make sense. And people would not have the respect that they need to have and the trust that they need to have for the police force. And we have said this so many times. And this is not stories that are hidden and that, people don't know what we're saying. They're in the papers. We hear the police even make statements. Okay, we're looking into this. We're investigating it. It's important that we need to start looking at the training of police officers. We have to start looking at the prosecution and punishment of erring police officers. We can't continue like this if we want a better country. And we want the better country for all of us because police officers are also citizens of the country. You also have children that will grow up and mingle in the society. Because your child's name will not have son of this police officer. He'll be walking on the street, so another person may stop him and treat him badly because the police is meant to do that. So we need to do better, especially as we're coming towards the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, let me let you first for a second. Okay, so talk about your initial thoughts on this.
It was anniversary of NSAS. It was NSAS, because people felt like, okay, SARS was like this team that is brutalizing people. But it was just like, it was an arm of a body that has a lot of rots within it. Because now, this person that attacked, this person that extorted a young Nigerian is not of the SARS unit. They disbanded that unit. It is about the corruption within the system that has not been decisively dealt with. And whenever people raise that issue, they'll look at it like, oh, police officers are also being brutalized. People are attacking police officers. But the extortion within the extortion by police officers, brutalization by police officers is still ongoing and hasn't been decisively dealt with. So the panel that was probing many of the reports concerning NSAS that time, I wanted about 19 million to many people that were able to prove that they were unlawfully arrested and they were brutalized or maltreated by the police officers. There are some cases were resolved, but many others haven't gotten justice. And I don't believe any Nigerian deserves to be in this position. I believe our police officers, the leadership of the police, the Nigerian police force, the leadership of the police should stop playing lip service to dealing with this issue, because while some of them genuinely want this country to get better, many things are not being done properly from the root of the issue, from the funding of the police officers, from the payments they receive, from the compensation plan that goes to them. And then when you've already done your own path, and then you've already built that spirit of trust in the system, then we can hold people like this. Thank God there was a video, and that we can prove that this was not just one person saying, another person saying something. This was a real life video. That person, somebody could have died, and then will now say...
Even YK sent a message to the group saying that, that someone she knows on Wednesday was asked, I think she asked the person to deliver phones for her. Police arrested this person and his assistant, and they let the assistant, they asked the assistant to go and pay, to bring 12 million naira.
What?
Yeah. Finally, after back and forth, they paid 200,000 naira. This was just a few days ago. Now, for someone like a YK, she's like, so where are the rights? How do I know my rights, number one? So is it illegal to carry phones? I mean, she's saying that Dwayne's going to help me to deliver phones. So maybe they were suspicious, or maybe they were stolen. So, okay, if they were suspicious,
and bribery is the right way to go.
So 12 million naira for what?
I don't know. So how do you determine the value of what's been stolen and then determine 12 million? How do you come about 12 million naira? So the point is that
there are so many
these are some of the issues that why
would a policeman follow someone to the ATM and collect money? Like, why? That is in all shades wrong, and it happens every day in this country. Several social media posts, and they'll say, "Oh, it's not officially reported, so they cannot capture it." The point is, who would have the liver to walk to the police and say that a policeman assaulted me of so amount of money? Your colleague. They wouldn't see the light of
day. About liver. Who has liver not to follow the police station, not to the ATM? Because you might get shot.
Yes.
So you don't have the liver
to say no. Very bad, where they just pick you up randomly, profile you based on how you look, assuming you have dreads, you must be a Yahoo boy. If you are a fintech young guy, you're into earning good money, they frame you an offense that fits your look on you, and then that's it. And so you have to pay your way out of it, even though you're free. Let's now talk about what they do after. What redress do you get post the attack, post such assault? They have units within the police that people are afraid to approach. They have a patrol team for the IG's office and commissioners of police office, whose job is to check what the police officers on the roads are doing. I recently found out that such patrol team exists in Lagos. So me, if you call me now, I'll tell you, I'll be looking for your name immediately so that I can send report to the team, because I know they would check. But then they say there's an unwillingness on the part of government to do anything serious about this, because they themselves have failed. At the core of this very problem is the welfare of police officers.
Exactly.
It was either intentionally done in the beginning and then intentionally perpetrated and continued for this long, so that, you have a police that you can use when you want to, and when you don't want to, you then start to shout police brutality. Everybody in government, senators, all of them have police protecting them. At one point or the other, you use your police. You have a police officer protecting a senator while he was assaulting a young girl, standing there helpless, when the act says that you can arrest a person at the scene of a crime, that you see yourself. But because we've watered their powers down, we especially with funding, every police officer trying to get a promotion has to do something. It was in the public sphere, what they have to do, what they have to generate, how they have to pay.
I think since NSAS, let's find a few silver linings.
No. I'm coming there.
Okay.
Post NSAS, how many of those police stations attacked have government repaired? The one in Penn Cinema was in the Guardian this morning. Another one, a whole building. The one in Orile, if you drive past these places, the one in Oyibo, you will clearly see them. Nothing has been done. So the officers that are supposed to be in those police stations, manning those areas, where would they be? Pending. Government has to be deliberate about whether we want to change this situation or not. It's not until an investigative journalism reveals what happens within the police college that we agree something has to happen. It's either we scrap police service commission if they are not willing to upgrade the lives of these police officers. Just last month, they carried placard protesting that their pensions were not being paid.
How can police officers be protesting and they have guns?
Years, he has retired. And the person, they are not complaining about banditry. If I can't get my money legitimately, they will go and start something else illegitimately. I wonder all the time, who are these people carrying weapons? Some officers, when they retire from service, are supposed to hand over weapons and all of those things. Even in the army, they don't do that. Most of them just like that.
Nima, I understand what the point that you have just made, and it's important to also bring that to the fore, the lack of funding or proper funding of the police. But I don't want us to have this conversation almost as if that there's justified brutality. Yes. So my thing is, the problem that the police is going through because of government inefficiencies affecting all Nigerians.
And we haven't all become robbers.
You know, doctors, nurses, teachers, every one of us, we're all in this country together. So imagine going through my own that the government has refused to do or is incapable of doing, and then I come and I'm brutalized by the police because he too is going through the same problem that I'm going through. We need to put those conversations separate. And I say that because I'm talking about human beings now. Like, I'm talking to your sense of, I'm appealing to your sense of humanity. That's just another Nigerian like you. People's children that you extort, you take away all their money, some of them hard-earned money that, you know, they've saved over a period of time, you take it completely from them, and they're supposed to just continue their lives like that. You, at least, you have a gun that you're holding, and then you are able to do that against a fellow Nigerian. This Nigerian is supposed to go back now and feel, okay, well, I've been brutalized by the police. I might as well go back to where I am and brutalize everybody that I am, that sort of underneath me. If I'm a teacher, then I should brutalize all the children in the school now.
We're all brutalized.
All of
us.
PTSD.
Somebody was telling me that this, was it Joy by Joy? I posted that this Squid Game that is trending is a Nigerian story. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Don't let anything stop you being active. But when headache...
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR?
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How would...
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Kọ́jú wa sọ yẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing police brutality, and I'd like to get Nigerians to call in. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 09139076948. You can also send us messages on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be happy to read your messages because this is a Nigerian story and Nigerian experience, and we'd like to hear people's vision. Yes.
So we, the people of Nigeria, like Mariah said, we should all. This is how we should address ourselves. Yes. We, the people of Nigeria, we all have grouse with the government on how things are being managed, and we shouldn't be the ones to hurt ourselves more. I know that there is a crisis within this country that everybody is feeling. You know, there's a trauma that everybody has gone through. We all go through the same challenges, and we mustn't impose more damage to each other. The issue of somebody holding a phone, and I need to understand, until we have more the police commission and the internal disciplinary police units firing more police officers found doing this thing. There are too many people doing it, where they seize your phone, open your phone, go through your contacts and say, based on what they've seen, you are definitely making money illicitly, and it's not to take you to the police station to arrest you, it is to ask you to pay some money. And then you pay and it goes through like that, and people just go. It's impossible for us to continue like that, and we must find decisive solution. That's number one. Number two is the challenge of the fact that we've discussed profiling last year. That was the crux of NSAS protest, is that we are young people and we are expressing ourselves. Don't profile us as criminals. Find a way to deal with the criminals, but don't profile everybody in the entertainment industry, anybody doing graphics, anybody doing all of that. And still, we still have that profiling going on day in, day out. I drive my car and you see 3 boys inside a vehicle, they will get pulled over. Every time you see 3, 4 boys, they get pulled over. Why?
Let me take this call.
We need to do better.
Yinka, are you there?
Morayo, good morning to everybody here.
Morning.
Can I beg to differ, please?
Yes.
Let me start by saying, for Nigerians to get better, it will start from the police. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Other things I want to say, I will say, is that if police should say, police is your friend, let me ask everybody on this table, are you a friend to a police officer? Let us balance the equation. There was a period of time I traveled to Nigeria, and I took a commercial bus. Behind the, this bus, were 2 boys with a laptop. I sat in front, like Officers stopped everybody, and I came down and said, "We need to search." I raised up my hand for him to search me. I obliged. These 2 young guys at the back refused. And by the time they're about to be threatened, they check their bag and saw the laptop. And they are asking them, where do you get this laptop from? One said, my father in Lagos. They said, call your father. They asked the father, did you get your boy a laptop? The man said, no. What will you say to this? Individually, as a citizen, we need to respect police officers for them not to brutalize us. But go and see what is going on in the streets there in Lagos or in Nigeria.
Thank you so much. You see, this is another angle, and I think what Yinka is saying, if I put it in a different way, is that if you watch Hollywood movies tells you exactly what the law says. You hear about the Miranda rights from Hollywood movies. I don't know if you have read the American Constitution. They use the Constitution that they have to tell the American citizens their rights, what they should do when you see a police. Don't resist arrest. These are the rights that you have. So it's reinforced in their movies. So a police stops you in Nigeria and you think the first thing is to resist. You don't even know what your rights are as a citizen.
In Nigeria?
You have no, I'm just saying that you have no, we are not, we don't even know what our rights are, what our limits are. We have no clue. We see a policeman, we think he's coming to attack us. Immediately we resist arrest. Really and truly, we should respect the police. If they ask you to come down and raise your hand, automatically you should. But here we don't, because we feel that, who are you to tell me to?
Because of the abuse of power.
On both sides.
So
you know the rule.
I mentioned when I drove into my husband and a group of 5 policemen, and they were already harassing him. This is somebody that they said, stop, he parked. He actually parked to drop somebody, and so they blocked his car. In a gangster style, only one person in the car. And as for his ID, the ID was already with them, his driver's license was already with them, and I just kept hearing, get inside the car, I said, well, that will die here. What is the offense? So if you can have a conversation, when you stop my car, I park.
Me too.
I show you my ID, my driver's license, everything that you have asked for, you have seen. What do you mean? You're now telling me, so where do you work? Where do you this? Where do you that?
Exactly.
By the time it's beyond the greeting level, and you are not, I always ask, is this car, is it being profiled for stealing? And somebody stole this car, this plate number, this car make. You can show me that so that I know what exactly the issues are. And let me know where we are going. Why is there this non-disclosure about it? It's the harassment that made people apprehensive, and we lost that police is your friend thing. You can have a conversation with people. I have a lot of police officer friends and family members. Have a conversation with them, no big deal. But the people on the road that have
Nigeria has happened to them. So, everybody's aggressive, everybody's angry.
No.
See, every time.
No, the truth is, it is not justified that a police officer does what they do.
Yeah.
But what is happening now is failure of government and deliberate intention of government to leave them where they are. To leave them as they are. Right. And only use them when he pays them. If a police officer gets their welfare and they are well remunerated, what you simply do when a report like that comes in is make an example. The way they profile people on the news,
to profile the negative
police officer and what the consequence was.
Let me take this call before I come to Miriam. Austin, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Good morning.
Live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. It's good to get along to you ladies. I've been trying to reach you for a very long while now.
Thank you.
Anyway, it's not all the time you see bright ladies discuss national issues intelligently. I mean, I do this program, just that I'm at home now. I'm coming from Enugu, so I'm sitting at home.
Thank you.
That's why I'm having the privilege to program.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you.
Thank you. Talking about the police brutality, is something that is like a vicious circle. I have an experience with one police officer one day I was traveling. You know, he flagged down our vehicle and he came down. After searching, he was just wasting our time deliberately for no reason. And there was a man, an old man who was traveling with us. And the man couldn't get it any longer. He started arguing with the police officer. Why are you doing this? Why are you wasting our time?
Oh, well,
what happened?
So sorry.
Okay,
messages, yes, Mara.
So for me, I need people to help me understand this. There's this particular spot. Every time I drive past it, 2 or 3 of them will just file onto the road. And there's this anger, like, stop. You've done it Monday. You did it Tuesday. You did it Wednesday. I'm like, oh, God, it's me. You stopped me yesterday. I mean, don't you recognize me? You stopped me. He said, maybe in another set. I'm like, what exactly about this car? Because every time you ask me, I bring out, because all my papers are in in an envelope. I just hand it over to you. Sometimes when they just see that envelope coming, they'll be, with anger, I beg, be going. Because how do you have all your papers complete? So for me, I don't want to just accuse them just for accusing sake. I need to understand, why do you stop someone over and over again, the same for asking for the same papers? What are you looking for?
Thank you.
And sometimes some of them you would ask, anything for us? Do you understand? In fact, those ones are the ones that are even playful.
Nicer.
They would not, after they've looked at your paper, then they'll be like, anything for us this afternoon, and then they'll turn it into a joke. And some of them will come in, you know, hoping that you do not have your paper so that they can drag you somewhere and then you can give some money to them. So that's what I face every day, and that's me. When I used to join buses, when I was much younger, you are going from one place to the other, traveling maybe from home to school. You know that your bus driver or the taxi driver will stop many times paying at police checkpoints.
And it's from your pocket.
Yes, and now the police officer, the drivers don't even argue. They already have their money, just waiting to give it to them. So if the police officer is even supposed to be there to catch a criminal understands that all I have to do is just make sure I have enough money to just put it and go away. We need to do better in the police. We need to train them better at government.
There was one incident on the last week Sherry Road while I was in school. And this car, according to the report, would pass every day, but she would have money to pay the police officer. So they did a change of police officers. And she was stopped and she was like, no, I will see you later. And the new one said, no, I don't know you. Yes. Open your boots, only for them to find small children that had been kidnapped.
My goodness.
In the boots. So if you fail, the system continue to fail like that, things will continue to happen. We can't push our police officers to the point where dignity is no longer part of them. The uniform is so abused.
No, Nima, you look at them. I see some police officers inside the sun, and I feel there's this compassion. Like these people, this man looks haggard. He's burnt. He's black. He's sweating, and I look at him and I'm like, why are they putting them under? Why are you treating human beings like this? Who would want their own child to be like this? This is not fair. You know, there's some basic things you need to do. There are shades that you pray for them.
Most of them are forced to stand in that sun and make that kind of living. Because government, of course, again, don't want to provide...
So that cycle happens continuously. We don't want to give it as an excuse for the bad behavior. Let me take this call from Chinyere. Chinyere, are you there?
Okay, good morning, Mariah.
Good morning, you're live.
Can I read them?
Okay, I just want to make a contribution concerning this topic people are discussing this morning regarding police and its brutality. And one thing that we all Nigerians believe is that when police officer stops you on the way, he didn't stop you because he wants to do his job. They always have an ulterior motive. Their intention is always to make money from you. They don't have the interest of the citizens at heart. They are not interested in protecting you. They are only out there to fill their pockets. And this is as a result of the establishment of police commission. I've spoken with a police officer who has served as a sergeant for 17 good years without promotion.
Why?
What do you expect from such a police officer? How do you expect him or her to survive? Most of them, their salary are being slashed. And when they complain, they will tell them to go to Abuja to go and sort it out. So most of them are angered. Most of them are pouring their anger on innocent citizens of this country.
Traumatized, and then you traumatize other people.
I'm angered, though.
Yeah, thank you, Shiri. I think so. Is that cycle we keep talking about?
She landed where I was going. If a government wanted to clean that system, all you had to do is wonder how there's been no promotion within that space of time. What is happening? Check the way the ones that are promoted.
Change their uniform.
As in, is it the case of, have I not heard, Nima, you've heard the case of redeployment. They will deploy them to another state and they don't give you money for you to transport yourself there. How do they expect a policeman? They will move you from Lagos to Taraba and they did not give you money.
Their uniform from head to shoe. There was one police officer that intervened in an attack against me and they stole his watch. The guy sat on the ground and was crying that if you know how I did to bought that watch. Because you must you look poor, haggard and foolish and helpless because you work in a particular service. Dignity of that service has to be restored, whatever. The Police Service Commission was created for this purpose. In those days when roadblocks and 2020 naira was an insult, every police officer was demanding it from transporters.
Now they get more.
They brought this police service commission. This kind of protest answers and all of that brought the police service commission as a solution to come and clean up the corruption in the police system. Is it clean today? Somebody has to be questioning if this thing is not serving. What will happen? How will an average police officer standing in the sun love standing in the sun?
Let's take a few messages.
17 years without promotion. We ordinary Nigerians are in big trouble. They say every uniform operative should wear body cam, and all the issues will be resolved. Any arrest made in the field should be recorded from the moment of first approach till arrest. It's just glaring that government and authorities are unwilling to solve this matter, because how difficult can it be to procure these technologies that would enhance transparency and curb corruption? Attire for Nigeria matter. Somebody is saying that he's accusing all police force of being robbers. The IGP knows, and that they target and report back to their bosses. It's a total disgrace. This is an allegation.
Sunflower says the issues are endemic. Unfortunately, there's no consequences for their actions publicly. The issue with the police will continue. Akata says, at the time police service commission start recruiting men into the force, because that's the time with BSc. That's the time the police force will be better, because illiteracy is the order of the day with our Nigerian police officers.
But if you're going to employ people with BSc, you will not pay them the sort of money that you're paying them and treating them the way they are treated. The police barracks is, we know the state that place is in. I wonder the type of schools that their children are supposed to go to. I understand all that, but this is a problem that we are all going through. We cannot keep.
Have you been to a regular government parastatal? You enter it, you see it and you see that nobody cares about it. You know, as tiny or minuscule as the issue of aesthetic is in the scheme of things, there's a difference. So I mean, I'm just using this to juxtapose the fact that we have absolutely no thinking of maintenance, care of people, property, and even infrastructure. We don't. When we had the CEO of TVC came in and started planting flowers, I was like, but you come into TVC today and you're like, wow. Because there's something about how there's dignity in that, this is an office, this is where I work. The same thing, go to a police station, there's no dignity in that, this is my office. It looks horrible. So it's from every single level, from what you're wearing, how you look, your maintenance, where you work, your vehicles, everything. It's just the word that comes to mind is not good for TV.
And that's the same thing with the police vehicles. You see them, they will launch new vehicles, and then in the next few months, everything is all broken down.
I know a few police stations that were donated. And if you go there, you will see the difference.
How long?
When you have private investigators, they were burnt. The one in Orile.
Okay.
If you private investors or private institutions like some big names, decided that this police station near our office should just be upgraded. So they decided to donate the building, put in the ACs and all of that. You don't see the police officers in those units. Every police officer, I know one or two, say, madam, you don't know somebody in that, say, help me now. I say, I don't know them. Yes. They want to go to that better place that has dignity. So it is still government who has the time to budget money to monitor WhatsApp calls, which is also good, but don't have time.
Yes,
to monitor.
I'm appealing. I understand that things are tough, but please don't make it any tougher for us.
Fellow Nigerians,
me, I have a younger brother.
Force.
Every time he goes out, I'm worried. He's a younger brother that has to work with laptop. I am worried because we hear stories every time. I've had people send me messages saying they mention the places where they stop them just because they're driving a car and he's a young man or he's a young boy. We need to do better. Please, as a mother, that's what I'm asking. Yes, a Nigerian boy. Driving a car. I have a laptop.
Says, every uniform operative, uniform or not, should wear body cam. All these issues will be resolved. Any arrest made in the field should be on record from the moment. We are still talking about record.
Body cam, Nima, you go to the judicial system, it will now take 2 years to prosecute. So it's that cycle.
You even have video evidence.
Mind, you start with the mind.
If we didn't get a video of what happened in Kogi, this would have gone.
Yeah, but what would happen afterwards? Really?
That's what I'm saying.
Investigate.
Yeah, they fire.
What happened?
They usually fire. Sometimes
we had one police officer who did a stray bullet killing.
And
that was not only discipline within the system, but handed over for prosecution. And his lawyer started to do a case of manslaughter. We took it here on the show. So I think that if things don't run the way they are supposed to.
But guys,
you can't blame one side.
Can Nigeria be good?
The issues are plenty.
Like, it's like, plenty
issues.
It will be.
It will be. It's the people of Nigeria.
The country
we,
is
the
made
people
up
of Nigeria,
of
will
we,
realize that we are the ones responsible. So a police officer might be given a target of an amount to bring in, and he can decide that I want to work. We must begin
and now
to
suffer. His children now not go to school. Think about it now. Yeah, I don't want to take bribe. But my children are crying every day. They say I should bring pencil to school tomorrow. And I don't have money for pencil. So with that policeman, you want to be good. And sometimes, circumstances of life just causes these things.
It seems like in Nigeria, those who do good,
they lose out.
People that do good lose out.
If you can avail yourself certain government housing, if government housing were truly low cost, if government schools were truly standard, you'll be able to manage with your salary within. But when your cost of living continues to go up and what your earning power is not
for 6,000 naira.
We have to run. That's
government
all we can take.
Is back to your table.
I'm not great government on this matter. You have to pay.
Have a lovely day.
Productive.
Government help us.
Bye.
Bye for now.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
We love fried food, tasty fried chicken, seasoned fried fish, French fries. But cooking fried food sometimes feels like going to war. Different cooking pans, hot oil spills, lots and lots of oil, meaning added calorie. And cleaning is a disaster. Scraping, what a chore. But not anymore. Introducing the new ShopX